Well, there are lots of addictions, aren't there? And one of them that maybe doesn't get talked about as much as some others is a gambling addiction. We've got a local man here who's written a novel about that. It's called Comp, and his name is Bill Kearney. Bill's in the studio with us. Bill, first of all, explain to the people who don't know what the term comp means.
Well, comp is short for complimentary services that the casinos provide. When you go down, most people know in this area, especially because we're so close to Atlantic City, that when you go down to the casinos and you sit down at a table, and now they even have the rating cards that you put in the slot machines, what they do is they rate your play. And the bigger your play, the more time you put in, the better, the bigger the comps they're going to give you. And the story I've written is about a gentleman who was a very successful young businessman in Philadelphia who went down in 1984 on Memorial Day weekend, stayed in a casino hotel that was being comped by his father-in-law, and he had the misfortune of winning a couple $1,000s.
You say misfortune?
Well, it was a misfortune because that's probably the worst thing that can happen to you, is to walk into a casino and win the first time, especially when you're an hour to an hour and a half away. It's not like Las Vegas. If you go to Las Vegas for a weekend or a week, you win 10,000, lose 10,000 or whatever, you're not going back so quick. But when you're an hour away, it's pretty tough not to go back.
And our casinos are a short drive for a lot of major cities. Okay.
And plus, you got to remember, behind the tables, they're working behind the tables. You have the floor people who watch your play. They rate your play. And if you should make a score, they're going to tell the pit boss. The pit boss is going to call the casino host, who is in sense actually the pimp for the casino. And he's going to come in. He's going to give you his card. And you're already excited, and you got that high from winning, and they're going to offer you rooms and dinners. And
what's wrong with that?
Well, what's wrong? Because once you get a taste of that, and you keep going back down, of course, with the gambling, that's excitement enough. But also now they're putting you in rooms, and when you first start, they usually start you off with a room that is called a comp rate, which is a casino rate. It's half price, and they'll tell you when you call them, if you play a little longer, your average bet goes a little higher, then we'll give you a little more. So right away you're thinking, well, let me bet a little more, let me play a little longer. Next thing you know, you're getting the room fully comped.
Okay, now this is a novel. So it's not a true story, but it's based on what you say really happens in life.
Right. It's based on a true story, but I've written it in fiction only because I didn't want to go through the hassle of what the casino industry would do to stop that from being published.
Well, let me read what it says on the back jacket. The book the casino industry wouldn't want you to read. It won't teach you how to beat them. It will teach you why you shouldn't try.
Exactly.
The odds are always with the house, but they don't deny that. We know that.
Well, don't ever go into a casino and start, looking at the odds and the percentages, because you'll get in trouble right away. The best thing to do is walk in the casino, take a look around of how many people are actually gambling on the tables, on the slot machines, and then take a walk over to the cashier's cage and count how many people are cashing out. That will give you a good percentage of your odds. That will tell you how much your chances of winning down there.
Okay.
Because you're not going to see lines waiting to cash out.
This sounds like it's more than an attempt at writing a novel. It sounds like you want to make a point here.
Right.
And you're blaming the casino industry for something, it sounds like. That's their way of doing business. Now, I'm going to play devil's advocate with you. I'm going to sit here and argue with you as though I were the casino industry.
Okay.
So what's wrong with that?
Well, let's look at another way. Say you went to the racetrack and you won $10,000. Right. You walk to the cage, you get your 10 grand, you walk out the door, nobody says a thing. You go to a casino, you win $10,000. Before you leave that table, you're going to get surrounded, and they're going to give you cards. You're going to have the casino host. He's going to give you a card. They're going to offer you dinners and rooms, and you're already high from the win. Right. How do you turn that down?
Right.
So once you get a taste of that, all right, and you're only an hour and a half away.
Is your point that they're feeding into creating addictions?
Of course they do. That's their job. That's what they do. That's why they have it. No one else has.
But they don't hide anything. Is I guess my point. You know when you go in there that you can lose.
You know you can lose. Nobody's holding the gun to your head to get you in there.
Okay.
But once you're in, and once you get a tast of it, there's no time.
We're running out of time. How does your hero turn out in the book here? Is he all right?
You'll have to read it.
Oh, I knew you were going to say that. All right. Well, let me tell folks how you can get it. There's a link to Bill's website through our website. If you go to NBC10.com, there'll be an icon there called News Links. Open it up, and you'll see the link that we've put on there to Bill Kearney and his book, Comp. Bill, I wish you luck with it.
Thank you.
And I hope a lot of people buy your book.
So far.
All right.
Really good.
Thanks very much.